Why is religion incredibly dangerous? Well, for one thing, justification of violence and war. They've been justifying wars and violence now for thousands of years. And that, I believe, is dangerous, harmful, scary, evil. You could call it sin, even. You could call that sin. You have suppression of free thought and inquiry. And that's 100,000% true. You know how I know that is because they tell you not to learn about the occult or you're going to go to hell. And the word occult means hidden. And in the Bible, it says that God hides things and it is the honor of kings to seek it out. So if God hides things and the word occult means hidden, then I would imagine one would want to learn hidden things to know truth. So yeah, I highly doubt that that's satanic. So yeah, the church is a little bit deceitful. Not gonna lie, okay? I think just a little teensy-weensy bit. They tell you not to learn about astrology, but half of the churches in Massachusetts have astrological signs all over the windows, all over the inside of the church. Taurus the bull and Leo the lion. So yeah, there's just a little itty-witty bit of, lying going on, if you know what I'm talking about. Then, I'll say the third is division and tribalism. If you are not a member of the group, you are, you're done for. You're gonna be judged, you're gonna be casted out, they're gonna throw rocks at your ass, you're gonna be stoned, all of it, because you are not a member of the group. You don't pray to statues and pray to crosses, even though it says in the Bible very, very clearly not to pray to any carved images made of stone or of any type of structures. So I think people are very confused right now, which is what's really going on. And unfortunately, I am the one that has to come out here and be the bearer of bad news. So don't get mad at me. Okay, I'm trying to teach you. I went through it all right? I'm 40. I went through so much mental, like I can't even describe to you what I went through with God. And I've come to find God, but it certainly is not a man that's going to come flying down from the sky to save you. That is a Marvel character. That is make-believe, okay? That ain't happening. So learn why his name is Jesus, why his name is Jesus Christ. Learn what the Christ is, learn what the Christos is, learn what the chakras are, and how the Christos comes out of the pineal gland and travels down the 33 vertebrae, and learn the story, man, because there's a lot of stories about it. Santa Claus, the Santa Claustrum going down the chimney with his bag of the red root chakra is red because the root chakra is the carnal mind. All right, and then he has to dump the toys off to go back up and ascend back up the chimney. All right, hickory dickory dock, the mouse went up the clock, same thing. Itsy bitsy spider, same thing. All these things. This is the story of the rising of the Kundalini. Learn all of this stuff, because I'm telling you right now, the Greek mystics that wrote the Bible, they damn well knew this stuff. And they also knew some amazing astrological stories. They understood the winter solstice. If you don't understand what that is, I highly recommend you learn it. And then you can start connecting Da Vinci paintings, and those will start making sense, and symbolism will start popping out of everywhere. And you'll start noticing things in movies and shows. It's really incredible. The amount of stuff you notice when you understand biblical numerology, symbolism, and, occult symbolism, things will pop out to you that are beyond your wildest. I mean, it's fun. It's so much fun watching movies, because you're like, damn, wow, they're using all this biblical symbolism. It's really, really cool. Really cool. But anyhow, I love you all. If you want to learn, go to my website. All my books are free. You can download. I have thousands of pages of free information. I have an entire 500-page book on symbols. And then I have a book called Ancient Belief Systems. It's like, where did religion come from? Where did belief systems come from? It's all about that, and it goes all the way through the ages. And then my newest book is Deception in the Modern Age, and it's 200 pages of proof the earth is not a ball spinning through space. And my newest book that I'm writing right now is connecting all the symbolism to the inner body, to the mind, because really the Holy Trinity, all right, you have the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, all right? That's not it. They had, in India, they had Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, okay? In Egypt, they had Isis, Osiris, and Horus. There's always been a trinity. It's because we're talking about the pineal, the pituitary, and the thalamus, the brain. All right, those are the parts of the brain that make things happen, send signals and send chemicals all throughout the rest of your brain, and make everything function. And if you can learn to control your thoughts and control your emotions, you can learn to control your world, and you can learn to shape the world. That is how to actually manifest. But there's a lot of work involved. It's not just, you can't just dunk your face in a bowl of water and pray to some cup and then all of a sudden you think you're going to manifest, or write things down on a piece of paper. Oh, I'm going to write this down 6 times, 3 times, 6 times, 9 times, and does not work like that. I don't care what anyone says. All right? It's about changing your thoughts first. You have to change your thoughts, because when you change your thoughts, then you can change your actions. And you have to have action to make something happen. So in order to make something happen, you have to have thought. You understand? So like, I meet people all the time that say, "Ooh, I want to be famous for," and I'm like, "Okay, for what?" For music. Okay, what do you play? Nothing. Well, then how is that going to happen? How are you going to be famous? Like, I meet people that, I was talking to someone the other day, and he said, "I want to be a radio talk show person." And I think he has a cool voice for it. And I was like, "You know what, dude?" I said, "That's actually pretty cool. How would you do it?" And he says, I have a degree, actually. I went to college for it. I said, in communications. And I said, "Oh, that's dope. So you should do it." And he's like, "Well, it's hard to get a job. Not many people are hiring." I said, "Okay, well, what I would do if I were you is do it on my own. Like, start an Instagram page, start a YouTube page, buy a little bit of cheap equipment, just whip it up, get yourself a microphone, get yourself a little mixer, and just go live and stream music and just do it there with a camera and do the whole thing there and do your own thing." And he was like, "You think so?" I was like, "Yeah, if that's what you want to do, then why are you waiting? Like, if you want to do something, don't just sit there and talk about wanting to do it. Go do it." And that's where the thought comes in. So you have to change your thoughts, because a lot of people are stuck on negativity. So they'll think something that they want to do, but then all their negative thoughts will bring them right back to not doing that thing. It brings you right in a circle. Okay, you have to break the chain. You have to start breaking the chain. And it's as simple as this. And it's hard, but it's as simple as this. I know you have an internal monologue, okay? You have an internal monologue. You have a little voice inside your head that talks to you. And if you don't, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Then if the voice is gone and you just don't have anything happening, then that means that your pineal gland is completely calcified over. Okay? And I suggest changing your diet and a whole bunch of, big regimen. But we're not going to talk about that. What you need to do is learn to take that little voice when the little voice says you suck. Like, because I have a little voice. My little voice is positive now, but my little voice used to always tell me how shitty I was, and that when I wanted to do something, "You're not going to be able to do that." And back then I was on drugs, so "You're not going to be able to do that. How are you going to be able to leave?" My little voice, "How are you going to be able to leave? You can't go without that drug. You can't get out of the town. You can't do that. You're never going to do that." And every time I wanted to do something, that little voice just nabbing at me. You have to learn to take that little voice, and honestly, at first you have to learn to take that little voice and just go, "Listen, shut the fuck up, little voice. You have to learn to silence the voice like that. When you learn to silence the voice, shut the fuck up, voice. When you learn to do that, that means you're gaining a little bit of control of your thoughts, okay? From that point on, then start to manipulate the little voice. When you notice the little voice is talking negative, change it. I don't care if it's force-fed. If you have a thought coming up and it's like, man, I have a job coming up, I'm just not gonna get it. I'm never gonna get it. My luck sucks every time. I never get the promotion. I never get the raise. Stop thinking that and just change it. Even if you don't believe it, change the thought and just go, you know what? Nope. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get this promotion because I deserve this promotion. I deserve this promotion. I've been doing great. This is my promotion. I have this promotion. I have it. Change it from I have it to I've had this promotion. Get positive about your negative thoughts. When you can start to do that and you can start to begin to turn every time something negative comes up, turn that into something positive. When you get to that point, you will begin to realize that your life has changed drastically. I'm telling you. I'm going to go. Anyway, I love you all. If you want to learn, go to my website. Everything is for free. I am donation-based. I just opened a non-profit because I'm sick of people being taken advantage of, and I really want to help. I just don't know how to do anything with it yet. But if you can donate on my website. You can become a member, all sorts of stuff. I love you all, though. Seriously, if you can't just get all of my information, and love each other, love yourself. My opinion.